Now to an ABC News exclusive, the Yellowstone National Park tourists who put that shivering baby bison in their trunk, a move that eventually led to it being euthanized. Well, those two are now revealing why they really did it after facing fines and outrage on social media. ABC's Linsey Davis sat down with them both. Good morning, Linsey.
Good morning, Robin. Yes, this morning, the father and son at the center of that baby bison controversy are telling their side of the story, answering the question, why did they put a newborn bison in the back of their SUV? And they also share how they would handle the situation now if they got a chance to do it all over again. This morning, for the first time, the Yellowstone National Park tourists who sparked a global firestorm are now setting the record straight. Do you think that people were unfairly critical and way too harsh?
I think so.
I think people didn't know the whole story.
Shamash Kassam and his son Shakeel were the subject of scathing headlines after putting this baby bison in the back of their SUV, an act park rangers say caused the baby to be rejected by its herd and ultimately euthanized.
I was so shocked. I could not believe
it
what
was
happened.
The way it was presented. It was like we didn't know what we were doing. We picked up the bison because it was shivering. That was not the reason why. We picked up the bison because it was abandoned by the herd. We thought we were doing a nice thing by taking it to the rangers.
This video, taken by a different visitor, shows the same little calf earlier, struggling to make it across the river and keep up with the others. You can see it here, appearing in distress and trembling.
It was totally wet and huddled next to the engine of the other car. We decided we would leave it alone and go.
But about a half-mile down the road, his dad had a change of heart.
I told him, let's go see what is happening because that thing is going to be eaten alive.
Shamash and his son regularly take father-son trips centered around wildlife, polar bears, tigers, elephants, and lions.
I am a farmer from Africa, and many times it has happened that the poachers kill the mother, and we pick up the phone and give it to the rangers, and they look after it.
With no cell service to call a park ranger, and with the herd long gone, they loaded the newborn into the SUV and took it to the park ranger. Did you have any reservations about that? Did you think maybe this isn't a good idea?
The hair was standing up a little bit on that one. I wasn't 100% sure, but when I saw the calf outside shaking, I felt that, this was the right thing to do.
They say they never imagined just how fiercely critics would pounce. Online, this petition, Justice for Baby Bison, requesting harsh punishments to tourists who loaded a bison calf into their vehicle and were ultimately responsible for its death. I'm asking you to speculate here, but do you think there was any way that that baby bison would have survived along the side of the road?
No way, 100%. No way. It would have been either killed by a car or something, or worse, being eaten alive.
Baby, get your string.
You wanted to help.
That's the point.
If you had to do it all over again, how would you react now?
In Yellowstone Park, we would just leave it in because they say let the nature take the course.
Yesterday, Shamash went to court and was ordered to pay a $230 citation and make a $500 donation to Yellowstone. The park has also gotten a lot of backlash for euthanizing the baby bison, but park officials say they don't have the facilities to care for a bison that can't fend for itself. But as for Shamash and his son, I think that you really get to hear their side of the story, that they're, regardless of if you agree with what they did or not, they're really not the clueless tourists that initially many of the stories painted them out to be.
It's so hard to disagree with their motivation. They thought they were doing the right thing.
You know, being with them, it was very clear that they had no intentions of doing any harm. They did want to help.
All right, Linsey, thanks so much for bringing that to us.